Hello, you've probably seen circulating at the moment the idea that Google will give you a penalty based on guest posting. Now, before I give what my thoughts on this, I'm just going to cover both Roger and Alan are two very smart or talented CEOs as a whole. But if we get a guest post on our site or we sell guest posts against that, so can we get a penalty in relationship to that? Yes, it's definitely possible to get it, but unless you're doing very dodgy sorts of things, or you've got a very new site, the chance of you getting actually a penalty for these sort of things is quite unlikely. For example purposes, let's just say we've got a website what we just built today. We built a website. It's not an auction domain or expired domain or that. It's just a website. Just a website. Let's just make it simple. Just call it website 1234.com. Sorry, it's a dumb mistake. But anyway, so let's just call it that. So we got a website at the moment called that. At the moment, our website has got absolutely no history behind it. So Google doesn't know if our website is going to be about music, is it going to be about CEO, is it going to be about animals, is it going to be a social media site? Google has no idea what it's going to be about. And a regular person probably won't have much idea what the site's about because you've got no authority, there's no branding behind the site at the exact moment. So if we attach a giant amount of guest posts to our site in a short period of time, it is quite likely that Google will give us a penalty if that sort of things happen. If we got an older site, for example purposes, let's say it's 5 years old, and it's already ranking for, say, for example purposes, say 20,000 keywords. If it's already ranked for 20,000 keywords and gotten regular traffic going to it all the time, if we attach quite a lot of guest posts to a site, it's highly unlikely you're going to get a penalty in place in relationship to that. You do as well get some types of guest posts which are quite dodgy. These types of links, you may never find these ones, but they do exist. Put simply, there is some websites which exist. This is no joke or lie. I have seen the results from different people, and I've also researched myself. There is possible that you can get a link of a site which is proper dangerous in Google's eyes. It can be, for example, let's just say someone attaches a link to your site which comes from a hack site, with say hack games, hack music, hack that kind of stuff. It is plausible if Google's strongly against that site. If someone attaches a link from that sort of site to your site, it is possible that you could experience a Google penalty, meaning that you'll lose all your rankings, that kind of stuff. It does happen every so often. It's not very common because these sort of sites are quite rare to find, but it does happen. So you can get a penalty from these sort of things. If, for example purposes as well, we find a lot of sites for things like this, write for us, submit content, that kinds of stuff. Now, if basically all our strongest links are coming from these types of sites, write for us, submit content, that kind of stuff, because Google is going to generally see less authority or think these sites are generally lower quality than ones which came from sites which don't have these sort of messages. If you get a lot of links to these types of sites, Google then may consider that your site's bad or you're trying to gain the system. So you could get a penalty in relationship to that sort of thing. But unless you're going to be doing these sort of things, getting an actual penalty for link building is actually quite hard to get. Unless you're going to be doing a range of very extreme things in a short period of time, or whichever agency or person you're hiring to do SEO work is going to do dodgy things, getting a link penalty is actually quite hard to get. And it is as well, if you do get one, it is actually very easy in quite a lot of cases to actually get rid of it. For example, one of the things that's quite a common practice with some people will actually do what we call GSA or site. This may sound a bit stupid, but some people will GSA one of their websites. The whole point of a GSA in the site will basically rank for a lot of keywords. But then Google will give them a penalty for it, and all it do is reply back to Google saying this sort of thing, hey, I don't know if any of these links came from Google, and we'll let you off with it as well. So you can get off with penalties fairly easy, depending on which type it is and what level of problems or issues exist with a website. And I hope this quick video, gives you a bit of guidance into how exactly this is possible, but not guaranteed to happen. Anyway, that's all.